you'll be able to see what I'm doing. I'm going to repot some plants. I've got the Hoya rope, Hindu rope plant that I got from the baby's Nana. I've actually had it in this inside of this plastic cup, inside of the glass, for almost 2 years. So it's high time that it gets a pot. So I'm going to be using this clay pot. Have the clay pot and the saucer. So what I need to do first is I need to fill this up with some soil. Now I've got some dirt here, and I've also got a bag of potting soil right here. That I will be adding in as well. That. A little more of this. I want this to come up almost to the top. And I'm going to have to make this is the hardest part. So usually I take some dirt out, put some more dirt in. That's probably what I'm going to do. Because I have to have a place for these roots to go. Now, this plastic cup, like I said, has been its home. Oops. We don't want to break it. We do want to get it out of the pot, though. Oops. Sometimes you can just get a plant to fall right out of the pot, although this one is a little bit root bound. So I'm going to slide my knife around there. That did the trick. Now you see, this is all root bound. I am going to be putting that right down into the soil. And because this is a rope plant, I want to make sure I have it to where it can still grow on the sides. I'm going to go ahead and add some soil. And you don't want to get it too much on the plant, as you want to get it all around the root ball. And this soil will compact down a little bit when I put the water on. I don't water my transplanted plants immediately upon potting them. I give them a few minutes to get adjusted, and then I water them. Alright, but I think this one will be a lot happier, and its roots will be able to stretch out. So there we have it. My Hoya rope plant, all nice and repotted. And the next one I have is called a black rabbit's foot fern. And I got this one a few months ago, and gonna give it this size of a pot, I believe. Anyway, I got it because they didn't have any succulents one month. Dave has been buying me succulents for our anniversary, and today is our 11th anniversary. And so he's been buying me the succulents, and they didn't have one month when we went to get them. And so I ended up getting this lovely fern. Again, root ball, pretty good shape. I'm going to put this down in. Make my hole a little bit deeper. Get her on in there. There we go. if you can see this little tiny things that the fern is growing out of, that's why it's called a rabbit's foot, because it has fuzzy looking little, I call them branches, I don't know what they're really called. Anyway, but the fern actually grows out of the little fuzzy parts. Okay, I want to make sure that I have it kind of up and out of my way when I put this soil on this side. Because I want to pack it around that original root ball again so that it can branch out into the new soil and the new size of the pot. And what happens is when they get a new pot, they have more room to grow. Their roots grow bigger and deeper, and then that causes the plant to grow even bigger. So this one's been growing really good since I got it. It was very tiny when I first got it, and it's got some nice growth on it now. There you have it, black rabbit foot fern. And we will let that one grow. Now the next thing I have is a succulent pot that had 3 different plants in it. It had the round cactus, and then it actually, I think it has 3 of these plants. This one was trying to get the sun, and it was growing tall. So I'm going to be transplanting all of these, into some pots. Now I have these 3 little white pots, and I have 2 more succulents that I got for my 10th anniversary and my 11th month anniversary. They're going to each go in one of these pots along with the round cactus there. And then I'll be putting the other cactus, or the other plants there, into some larger pots. Now, these have holes in the drainage pan, so they will not need any rocks or anything like that in the bottom. I am going to put some of this soil in first. I'm out here on the patio in South Georgia. It's a nice day. It's kind of overcast, so it's not extremely hot yet, which is great. Now I need to see what kind of roots I'm dealing with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this come out of its pot. Well, it's actually in a pot, in that pot. So we're going to try to get it out of that pot. Okay, so I can actually use this pot for something else. Okay, cool. And then when I did that, it loosened up a little bit, and I can see that I'm going to be able to get this out nicely. Okay. Now, I'm just going to take and try to cut around him a little bit. There we go. Break that up. So there's his root system. Put the dirt in around him. Now all you fancy gardeners will tell me I'm doing it all wrong, and that's okay. I do it the way I want to do it. I'm not a professional. I just have a little bit of a green thumb, and I've been taking care of plants for several years. And I really like having plants around me. I think it brings nature into the house, and it also brings just, really the circle of life. Now I did get some soil on him. I'm going to try to get that loosened up. don't want the soil. There we go. Now this one, he's losing a lot of his leaves and all. I think I'm gonna put him maybe back in a pot like this. Fill him in, be able to get him to stand up. And he may need his little stakes back in there because he is trying to lean over a little bit. Dave says he was reaching for the sunlight, and that's why he is leaned over a little bit. But I'll put the sticks back in there, let him kind of lean up against that till he decides what he's going to do. He's actually gotten pretty large, and I will need to put something under him because this pot does have holes in it. So let me see if he'll fit back in there. And he does. So he can stay in that container. Then I have these two little pots. I'm going to use them. I'm going to reuse some of this soil that was here. Because that's the soil that they were in. It's always good to reuse what soil you can. I'm going to see, yes, these will break apart nicely. Just put a little more soil around them. Just a second. Just want to hang on my hand. I have to get them to where I can get them stuck down in there. I want them in the middle. Put soil on this side. And I don't know what kind of plants these are. If somebody knows, you could let me know in the comments. I just know they are a succulent. And they came in that pot together. So that's why I'm not sure what they are. And I just kind of blow that dust off. Now these two little pots do have little saucers with them. So I will use those under them. Well, yeah, I can get it out. There we go. He is just wobbling just a little bit, but once I water it, we should be good to go. Okay, and then his little friend, we're going to put him in here. He lost a leaf in the process. There is a little bit of a breeze out here today, which I am super duper thankful for because it is very hot and humid here in South Georgia. But believe it or not, for July the 4th, to be able to be outside doing something is amazing for me. Usually I'm a housebound girl in the summer. Okay, and there he is. Cute. And we will let him be in his little pot. We don't want you messing with that one. And now I'm going to go ahead and do these other two that I had. And they're in very tiny, tiny little pots, so they don't have much dirt around them at all. Whoops. Got dirt all over myself. Put a little of that down in each of these pots. And we're going to pull him on out. Oh, he's very root bound. He will definitely appreciate a new home. And, ooh, this one's got the stickers. I got to be careful. It's root bound as well. Okay. Probably won't keep these little tiny pots because I don't really use them for too much. And this guy was about the size of this one when I got him. So he has grown a little bit. And being in a bigger pot now, he'll grow even more. Again, I don't really want all the dirt on them, but I want it to be packed good around them. And like I said, they'll get packed down good when they get watered, which will be in a little while. Okay, so let's see if I can clean this baby up a little bit, because it is going back into the house. It didn't work too well, but that also tells me he wasn't down in there deep enough. There we go. We'll fix that. Oh. And I guess what I probably should have done was took these off of there. And you can. You just pull them off. And I will set these out the way and I'll clean this tray off and then I'll pop them back down. Probably what I should have tried in the first place. But it's live and learn, live and learn. Get as much of that off as I can. And it's just a matter of putting it back on. Set it down over here. And I'm going to take my gloves off so I can spin you around here and show you the final products of what I did. Alright, this is going to be crazy for just a second. Alright, there I have those. And here are these. And thank you so much for watching. I am going to put these back in the house. You see I have more pots. I have more plants to go, and that'll be in another video. Thank y'all for watching. You have a wonderful day. Bye now.